Eric let her know straight up, baby, if it's an issue, I'm sorry, but we would have to end over that because, ho, I ain't choosing you over my check, basically. He said, baby, if it's a problem, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to get up out of here because this pilot job, this ain't going nowhere. You can bounce. What's your hustle? Like, what you do? What you do that's great? What do you do that everybody call you for?
That you gonna get me for the discount price? You must be tripping, smoking dope, or trying to ruin your life.
Hey y'all, hey, what's up? My name is Shiny B. Thank you for clicking on this channel. Y'all, I'm about to make this real quick because I gotta go get my nails done. But I just finished watching Married at First Sight, episode 5, season 12. Y'all know they NIA. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and get to it. Make sure you hit that like button if I touch something that happens to resonate with your soul or you end up liking what I'm saying. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are an entrepreneur, you want to start a business. That's really what my channel is about. But y'all, Married at First Sight, I gotta talk to somebody about this. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So the first couple we getting started with is Jacob and Haley. Look, I don't be having much to say about them and I be feeling so bad. But y'all, this episode, I was really surprised with them. Like, I was so surprised with them. So it starts off, they scenes be less than like 2 minutes. I don't even think they get a whole 120 seconds on the screen when they pop up. But it starts off with them at breakfast. Surprise. I thought he was gonna I was trying to look at his plate, but I was too busy doing other stuff. And I was like, he better not have these steak and eggs that he keep talking about, basically. But I didn't get a chance to see it. So if y'all seen that, leave it down in the comments. Let me know, okay? Because I didn't get to see it. Side note, Jacob ends up making this weird-ass comment talking about how many holes does a straw have because he considers his mouth and his butt 2 separate holes. And I was like, bruh, why are you so damn weird? Why is he so weird? So breakfast was kind of boring with them. They was talking about, you know, workout regimens and how they were going to get back into each other's lives once they got back to the A or whatever. And honestly, I just wrote down boring because I didn't care nothing about none of the stuff they was talking about. Haley does yoga. Jacob does like low resistance weight training. I wonder if he do private lessons because that's your girl. I need to start working out again. But yeah, so they talked about that, and the cutest thing from their scene was Haley started talking about how strong the onions was on her meal. And Jacob looked at her like, oh, dang, I was going to try to go in for a kiss. And when I tell you, baby shut him all the way down, she was like, nah.
Gonna get together, not gonna happen. Never.
She was just like, nah, baby, like, you got me messed up. Don't kiss me. Don't come over here with all that, okay? Haley was not for the foolishness. So I think that's why she even made the comment about her breath being stank in the first place. But girl, when a man love you, he don't care if your breath stink. He gonna still kiss you. So I was just like, she petty. She need to tell that man she don't like him. But the crazy thing is, as the episode went on, she has started to grow attraction for him. So they end up going on like this dolphin date, and they're having like this candlelight dinner or whatever, and they're talking, and Haley has come around and she says she like her some Jacob. They could go be born together, probably live off in Sandy Springs somewhere. They just aggravate my soul because they so bored. Like, they is so bored. They could have been left off this season. Like, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next couple, okay? Because it ain't much to talk about when it comes to Virginia and Eric. Now, with little Miss Old Virginia, I love her name, but she ain't a sweet Southern belle like the name would, you know, make you think. So, Virginia is all about the partying, baby to be late to everything. She has no respect for people's time, okay? Even later on in the episode, they end up bringing up the fact that Virginia is always late. So, I'm guessing she be late to production. And Eric, this only day 3. Eric, like, look, baby, I already know how to deal with you, okay? I'ma just tell you the wrong time to everything. He like, I'ma tell you the wrong time to everything, and baby, I don't have time to be fooling up with you because I can already tell you do not respect other people's time. I don't care what nobody say. When you always late to something, you don't respect nobody else's time. That's how I feel, okay? And if you feel a different way, write that down in the comments. Because when a person is consistently late, baby say that she had to do her hair for them to go in the pool. She had to do her makeup. And I'm just thinking, you getting in the pool. And he said the same thing, like, girl, you was getting in the pool. Like, why are you doing all this? Eric just found a way to deal with Virginia because he ain't let his sweet thing go. He done got this little young girl. He ain't letting her go, okay? So he gonna find a way to deal with whatever Virginia got going on. Later in the episode, they have this heated conversation about the fact that, like, men and women can't be friends. And in all honesty, I feel like the reason that this is such a big thing when it comes to Eric is because of the fact he's probably not friends with females. All the females that's probably within his circle are probably women who he's trying to have sex with. The women, like the rules that he set up for her, because he basically set up some rules saying that you can only be around men who are in relationship with your friends or who are gay. And I have a big problem with that because I'm like Virginia. She said she grew up with boys. Like, I grew up with brothers. You know, I don't have sisters. So I lean more towards just being comfortable around men because it's like, bro, I don't have to, like, be dressed up or, you know the latest whatever. It's real simple. I get to be straightforward and, like, talk how I talk and not be told that I'm aggressive or I come off offensive. You know what I'm saying? So I felt Virginia on that. But Eric was like, nah, honey. Only men you allow around now is gay men and your friends, whoever they dating. Other than that, I ain't going for it. I ain't going for it. Now, I wonder, because he made this comment about jealousy is kind of a good thing. And sometimes it is, you know, a little good to have a little bit of jealousy in your relationship. An itsy bit. You know what I'm saying? Like an itsy bit. But I don't feel like his jealousy about these men friends that he's not even tribute to for real, I don't think that shit was cute, nor do I think that was healthy. Like I said, I feel like the only women that are within his circle are women he's trying to fuck or women that are dating someone else that he knows, because those were the only things that he was okay with. And most of the time we're only okay with things that we are familiar with. He don't know women and men to be friends, so he ain't going for it. What y'all feel about that? Because I personally don't feel that way. I feel like you could be friends with someone else who happens to be the straight opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be anything more than y'all just being friends. So I don't know. Also with Virginia made a statement about the fact that she really got married so she didn't have to be alone. And Eric is going to be gone 15 days out of the month. Which honestly, when you think about it, he going to be home just as much as he's going to be gone. And Virginia was saying that that kind of was an issue for her. And Eric let her know straight up, baby, if it's an issue, I'm sorry, but we would have to end over that because, I ain't choosing you over my check, basically. Basically, that's what he told her. He said, baby, if it's a problem, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to get up out of here because this pilot job, this ain't going nowhere. You can bounce. Like, he was not playing with her. He said that was a deal breaker. So, I don't know. That's a hard thing. I personally want to date somebody who isn't always around me. So I feel like she got the best of, like, the best space when it comes into a relationship, because sometimes you get kind of, you know, smother a little bit when y'all together all the time. So I don't know, hopefully that doesn't break them up. I think they're a cute couple together, so hopefully that don't break them up. But they didn't really have too much going on until the end, which is why I'm trying to speed to it and get to it real quick. Okay, so up next we have Ryan and Clara. Now, y'all, I love me some Ryan and Clara, okay? I love Ryan and Clara because I feel like the opposites of them, it's just so cute. You know, it's really cute. Clara seems like the type of person who will make a problem out of no problem. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Her and Ryan are really cute. They end up discussing like children and their future. And baby, Clara say, look, I ain't raising my kids to believe in organized religion. She feels like they should have a choice. And that's kind of a problem for Ryan. But at the same time, he like, look, baby, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And the fact that he de-escalates her makes them like my favorite thing. Like that makes them so perfect for each other. Like it makes them so perfect. Because Clara be like 1 to 100 quit. And Ryan is like he a lot more 1 to 10. He may not go past that too much for the most part, but I feel like they're a great balance. Also, they end up talking about once they move in together. Clara say, baby, I'm messy, okay? Like I'm messy. I don't like to wash dishes. I don't like to clean up. I don't put shit back when I pull it out of places. Like I'm messy, honey. And Ryan basically was just like, girl, I'll just clean up after you. Because I ain't got time for that. I like stuff a particular way. I like my house to be nice and straightened. And if you want to be a pig, that's your problem. I'ma just clean up and keep the house straightened or whatever. So he did this thing where it made me like him even more. He was like, if I had to think about my weakness around the house, I don't like to fold clothes. And Clara was like, oh, really? If you put them in the washing machine and the dryer, I'll fold them. Like, I could do that much. She must not like the whole process of washing clothes. But sis say, baby, I'll meet you halfway. Because when you said it was okay for me to be messy and you was going to clean up, oh, I'll meet you halfway. The look on her face was just like, okay, I can do that. You don't like to fold them. I can help you with that. But don't ask me to put them in the wash machine. Don't ask me to keep track of them when they're in the dryer. I ain't doing none of that. But the fold them, put them up, I got you. I got you. And y'all, they are just so cute together. Them and Brianna and Vince are so cute together. Now, Clara, I'm going to say that. Because I'm trying to get to this group chat at the end that they had. Paige and Chris, of course, you know they got crazy shit going on. But the group chat at the end of the episode, baby, that's where it's all at. So, moving on to Brianna and Vince. Y'all, Brianna and Vince, they done did the do. They let the cat out the bag. They, you know what I'm saying, they end up having sex. And the thing about them is they just so lovey-dovey right now. And it's like, oh, y'all so dang cute. Like, y'all is so cute. Ain't nothing really going on right now. Vince thanked Brianna for having his back when the stuff was going on with his grandmother. And they end up staying in instead of going out with the rest of the couples and stuff. And, you know, they stayed in and got it in. Okay? Because Vince was like, girl, you be enough for me. Made me want to be a little closer to you. Made me want to get to know you inside and out. Like, he's... the way he makes her, like, smile and giggle, that is that, oh, we just started this relationship and I love everything about you down to your dirty drawers, okay? That's the phase that they are in. And I hope when hard times come for them that they can always look back and remember, like, how they started so they can try to get back into the groove of things. It ends up talking about the fact that Brianna is bossy. Because, y'all, sis said, where do you want to stay? A condo, a townhome, like a house? Like, where would you like to stay at? He answered with his honest opinion. And he's like, oh, I would love to stay, you know, like in a townhouse or whatever. And she like, oh, so we can't stay in no condo. We can't stay in no high-rise, da-da-da. And it's like, girl, you already had an idea of where you wanted to stay. Why you just didn't tell him that? Don't be playing games with him. Because he came back and he said, oh, you is bossy. Because he knew from her answer, he knew that, like, girl, you already had your mind made up. And Brianna seems like one of them people that when her mind is made up, she asks you a question so you can feel like you got an opinion and so you can feel like you got some say so. but he ain't got no say so when it come to her, okay? She does the things that employers do, like, let me do the survey, see how y'all feel, but we ain't gonna change shit because our word is our word. That's Brianna, okay? She bossy. He called her out on it and they kind of giggled about it or whatever. But I wonder if that's going to be one of the issues that comes up, because we know they're going to get into it because the previews have showed so, okay? So I wonder what their falling out might be as the season goes on. So to merge them in with the next couple, Brianna and Vincent, I guess would have to be the closest people to Chris and Paige. And one thing I want to say, even before hopping into Chris and Paige, Brianna and Vincent, the way that they deal with conflict says it all as to why they are together. Like, they deal with conflict, and I don't know if they were coached by the producers or what, but the way that they deal with conflict is very similar. So I hope when they have conflict within each other that they're able to use those skills to manage and de-escalate any type of disagreement that they might have, because we rooting for y'all. It ain't even much to talk about when it comes to y'all. Y'all are the Woody and Amani of this season. Like, we love y'all, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and move on to Chris and Paige. Not much to really say. I mean, it's a lot to say, but not a lot to say, because we already knew on this episode Chris had to tell Paige that he had a baby on the way. I'm so glad Lifetime did not drag this out and really just do an hour of nothing and then tell us on the next episode. They just kind of got right into it at the beginning of the episode. So Chris was supposed to tell Paige and he didn't. The producers called him out on it. They pulled him into the next room and they're like, sir, you told us you were going to tell her. And you didn't. Like, what's going on? So he's like, oh, I don't want to tell her. Oh, I don't want to tell her. Oh, I don't want to tell her. Just sitting up here acting like a big ass kid. And my thing is this, I really want to know, like, is it he didn't want to tell her because he didn't see a future with her, or he didn't want to tell her because he didn't want to hurt her? With him, I really don't know. You know, like with Chris, you just don't ever know. So the producers pull him to the side. They ask him to tell her. Now, in the midst of that, the producers so goddamn messy. They sent someone else to check on Paige. So now they're like, oh, did he tell you? And she's like, oh, tell me what? Everybody else know except for me. Like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all better tell me or I'm about to leave. Like, Paige started cursing. She started talking in a regular voice instead of her, yeah, so you know. Y'all know she like to do that whisper talk. And God and the universe brought us together. And I would just be like, baby God, she said, somebody better tell me what the fuck going on, because y'all playing with me. I'm finna go. Like, baby started cursing. She started being, I'm not gonna say her true self, but we definitely seen a different side of her than what the show has shown so far. So they go, they're having breakfast. She's like pulling teeth to talk to Chris. He does this whole extra ass thing where he takes her into the bathroom because she's like, hey, what's wrong? I don't want to tell you. Hey, what's wrong? I don't want to tell you. Here he go with this shit again. He was like, oh, do you really want to know? And of course she's like, yeah, I want to know. Takes her to the bathroom and they're turning the water on. He's telling her to cut her mics off, and I did not think that he really told her. Like, I don't know why. I just felt like he was going to be a coward. I didn't feel like he told her when he went in the bathroom, when he was doing all that extra shit. I felt like he probably told her something different. But lo and behold, he tells Paige that he has a baby on the way with his ex-fiance. And that he just found out, you know, and that she been new. She been new. And he didn't know. He hooked up with her at her daddy's funeral, you know, and that just happened to happen. So Paige is having a moment in the bathroom, and he walks out and he just plops down on the couch with the producers like, oh, she's having a moment, let her have her moment. And Paige is like, bitch, y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is too much. Y'all got me fucked up. And she kind of just wanted a second to like digest everything that was going on. And I feel her. So later on, she goes and talks to Brianna, and Chris goes and rambles on to Vince about nothing. Now, when Paige was talking to Brianna, I love the fact that Brianna did not push her opinion onto Paige. She was there, she was listening, and she was just like, okay, so what do you want to do? Like, she never pushed off what she would do. She asked her, how do you feel? How do you want this to go? You know, she was there being a really supportive friend. Now, the question to y'all is, are y'all the supportive friend, or are you the person that's going to give your opinion? Put that down in the comments. I definitely feel like sometimes I'm a supportive friend, but most of the time, I give my opinion. But I've learned to be more the supportive friend that Brianna was being. Chris, on the other hand, is over there talking to Vince, and he's telling him what happened or whatever, and Vince is just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's listening to Chris, and he's doing the same thing. He's not giving off his opinion. He's listening to him. He's there for him. And, you know, he was just like, okay, yeah, like, give Paige her space, because she deserves to go through all of the feelings and emotions that she's going through, basically. And that was Chris and Paige's whole thing. He ended up asking her, hey, if this was decision day, would you want to be here? And I'm looking at him like, why the fuck would you ask her that? Like, after she just went through all this shit, why would you ask her that? Of course, you know, like, she's so tied in with this, oh, God did this, marriage is marriage, you know, she's going to be here. But, like, bro, don't pressure her right now, because you already just dropped a big-ass bomb on this girl. So, they go through that or whatever. And the part that I wanted to talk about the most, y'all, was this group talk. So, they get down and they got all the couples together. Virginia and Eric is late. Because, baby, Virginia got to get ready. Okay, she got to get ready for the girls. She got to get ready, even though they just going downstairs. They late. Chris breaks out and he tells the group what's going on. He tells everyone. So now the other couples know Chris has a baby on the way. And they're all just down there talking like, oh, you know, like, how do y'all feel? Da, da, da. They're more so talking and making sure Paige is okay. And Chris throws a big ass hissy fit. He walks off, and he's like, oh, they're not worried about my feelings. They're just worried about Paige, and I'm going through this too. And I'm just like, bruh, at this point, he is a emotional wreck. Like, he's an emotional wreck, and it's so, it's just, I don't know, it's sad. It's really sad, because it's like, damn, is he acting, or is he really like this distraught? So he goes on, you know, walks away from the group, and it's really discouraging, because Clara is like, you better than me. And everybody know, I don't know what that means for other cultures, but in the black cultures, that means, girl, you stupid. Like, bitch, you stupid. What is you doing? Clara said, baby, you better than me, because, baby, I would never. She's like, I would never. And Brianna, Vince, they're all down there. Everyone's talking. And then walks up the good old Virginia and Eric. Y'all, Virginia and Eric comes in after Chris has walked away. Chris is now back at the table. They've calmed him down. They've coddled him a little bit. And now Virginia and Eric are filled in on the news that Chris got a baby on the way. When I tell you, they put all the salt on the wound that everybody had just closed up for your little boy. And now we see the reason Eric and Chris gonna go at it at that goddamn dinner table. Because I was like, dang, Eric out of all people, y'all, Chris goes to tell them, because since Eric and Virginia were late to the party, Chris is like, I would hope that you guys could respect and let the situation go, basically, because we're done talking about it. Like, we're done talking about it. And they're steady going. And I'm like, yes, y'all better ask all the questions y'all need to know, because they asking questions like they the person sleeping with him or got to stay married to him. And y'all, Chris was just like irritated, baby. He was irritated. They started having their little words or whatever. And then they start, you know, calming things down. They end up finding a way to switch the subject. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see them go at it, because the couples were like, when Eric and Virginia first came down, they were talking about sex and who had did it or whatever. And funny enough, none of the couples really admitted to, quote unquote, doing it right away when the question was answered. So when Virginia and Eric came, like, they were trying to read the room but not really understanding what was going on. And for them to re-bring up that conversation, baby, Chris looked like a whole punk. Because how is it that you be having all these mood swings with everybody else, but you don't even know how to deal with your own emotions? That's why he be out here about to have a fucking conniption, because he don't know his left from right. He don't know how to feel, what's going on. And of course, he keeps saying that he's trying to save Paige's feelings, but I feel like that's all for him. I'm not really sure, but it is what it is, because I don't really care nothing about them. Listen. On this next episode, the way that they showed the preview, I just want to see Vince, like, manhandle Chris' ass, because I feel like one of two things is going to happen. Chris either going to buck up at him, okay, because he going to be so into the moment, he going to buck up at him, or we going to see how much of a punk-ass little boy he really is, and he going to settle all that down, because, baby, in the preview, Vince looked like he a whole linebacker out here. I'm talking about pushing them back 40 yards and all that. Look, I gotta get off this camera. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Let me know how y'all felt about this episode, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, okay? Bye.